Okay. Welcome in to this transmission, this masterclass, this mini class, um, this share, whatever label you want to put to it. I am so honored that you are here and choosing to spend your precious time listening to this. And I hope it serves you in some way, because it's really a share from things that I have learned and integrated for myself, and also an offering that to share with you something that I'm going to be working with myself this year. And so please just take it in, allow what needs to land, and allow what doesn't resonate with you to just float off your back, because you are unique. We are all going to receive and align and integrate in different ways with different pieces of information. Okay. So it's all an invitation. That is the theme, the invitation. It's always in front of you. The dance between the intention and the invitation is something that I'm going to speak to you about today. I invite you to enter into this season being any season that you're in. It doesn't need to be the beginning of the year. It doesn't need to be the beginning of an actual season. It can be a moment in time that you are beginning something new, or that you're planting a seed, or that you're letting something go. So whatever personal season this is for you, I invite you to enter into it with the umbrella, holding the entire space, the entire experience for you of what's to come, with it's all an invitation. Okay? Because what gets to be really potent here is that knowing that your intention that you set is planting a seed, pulling you into a current. It's a river that you step into by choice, and everything that comes after that is an invitation to either align with the intention that you've set, or to stay where you are, or to choose another path. But it's always an invitation for you to respond in a different way, or in the way that feels in most alignment for you. So the direction that you're going to go in your life, or your experience, or your season is going to be heavily dictated by your intention. Intentions are so powerful. If you've ever set an intention before for a season in your life, a holiday that you're going on, a conversation that you're having with somebody, a medicine journey, a situation, you'll often see that the intention is woven through it. But the way that you get there is often very different than the way that you expected. Because when we plan, and expect everything to happen the way that we have rigidly decided that it's going to be, the universe has an interesting way of gifting us different experiences, that they can still get us to where we want to go, but we are enriched with additional information and experiences along the way. So if you have a past experience of using intention, I invite you to put that in the evidence journal. Like, I set this intention and it came for me, but maybe it came on a different timeline. Maybe it came in a different way, but it's arrived for me. I know for myself, my intentions have always come to the surface, but usually in a different timeline than I had hoped or desired or thought. And in retrospect, it's always serving me in the deepest way, in the timeline that the universe is gifting it to me. Timelines, being in the present moment, rushing, these are all parts of my human design chart. So it's very interesting to also be gifted that lesson and that opportunity to sink deeper into, it's not my timeline, it's not my timeline, but I get to choose the intention, the direction, the forward momentum, where that's going, I get to choose. But all the things that come along the way, they're coming, but they're just going to come in a different timeline. So what intention allows us to do is consciously move forward. When you set intention, you are being pulled by the thread of that, and infusing your day-to-day life with that frequency. So the frequency of the intention is really important. I had I'm pausing because this isn't kind of on my structure right now, but I feel called to share it, is that like I had an intention, and it was also a Sankalpa that I was working with in Yoga Nidra. And it wasn't feeling quite right. And then through doing some work on the stickiness around it, the actual words stayed the same, but my understanding of the frequency behind it completely shifted. And so when I was planting that intention or connecting to it or using it in Yoga Nidra, it completely shifted. So the frequency behind your intention is also really important and really powerful, right? So I love working with people to clarify and make that intention as potent as possible. So when you set the intention, when you connect to it, when you trust in it, the universe will deliver. And when you trust this, you understand that everything coming towards you is an invitation. And when you can implement, embody, experience that mantra, it's all an invitation. Holy Dinah, it becomes so much easier. And so that's my mantra. It's all an invitation. That's the one I'm working with right now and probably for the year. And I invite you to use it if it feels aligned for you, because it's really potent and really powerful. Perhaps other mantras will come up for you that are different, but it's all under this umbrella of like, it's all an opportunity. Every moment is an opportunity. It's all an invitation. So an invitation to what, you ask? It's an invitation to meet your truth in each moment. So if you understand that you are given an opportunity in each moment to sink deeper into your truth, to meet layers of yourself, understand that everything that's put in front of you is not always something to say yes to. Not every opportunity is yours to take. Sometimes we are gifted the very thing that we asked for in order to say no to it, because we understand that it actually isn't our truth anymore. It isn't something that we're calling in. So it's an invitation to meet where you're at in each moment. We are conditioned by the mind and the ego to look at a situation and see that it isn't working sometimes and want to give up. We're like, this isn't working, I have to pivot. And I 100% support pivots. However, when you understand that it's an invitation to get very clear about what isn't working, why it isn't working, what doesn't feel good, what doesn't feel good for you, and what could be standing in your way. So if everything that the universe is bringing you is an opportunity to connect to your authentic self in each moment, and each experience is perfectly orchestrated for you, by source, to guide you towards your truest path. I can't even tell you, like, I feel emotional because I recently had an experience where I got to feel and understand truly on a cellular level that everything in my life was unfolding perfectly for me. And a lot of it was really painful. And I understand why to a degree. Still working through some of it. It's perfectly orchestrated for you. And if you can't know that for yourself, can you believe it or want to trust in it, or at least allow my experience to be one that you can borrow the frequencies of until it becomes something that is locked in for you? So an invitation is there to meet you in your truth in each moment. What's alive for me now? What do I want now? How do I want to respond to this now? Because all we have is each moment to show up for ourselves and align and shift and integrate in the moment. What else is it an invitation for? It's an invitation to meet resistance with fresh eyes. So we get to, which is building on my last point, but when we stop looking at resistance that we're experiencing as a negative occurrence, but rather as an indication of where we're trying to force and it's not actually aligned for us, or where we're coming up against a belief, a false truth, a layer of conditioning that actually needs to be unblocked and moved through. And so meeting resistance with reverence rather than this thing that needs to be bulldozed through. I have a whole course on like cosmic courage and how I don't believe that like fuck fear is healthy for the nervous system, because when you just bulldoze through things without understanding where the fear is coming from, what it's there to teach you, what it's showing you, what it's offering you, you can often move in very unaligned ways. You can create chaos for yourself, and you can also deregulate yourself even more and create a little bit of trauma in your fear, right? So when you can meet resistance as a change of energy, a change of frequency that you come up against, and it's like, okay, this is causing me to slow down slightly, and nothing's wrong with slowing down. What's happening here? Is the thing that I want on the other side of this still for me? Yes. Okay, what's this resistance then? What is it teaching me? What is it showing me? What usually needs to be healed, released, or aligned, right? And so it's just an indicator that we have an opportunity to meet another layer of ourselves or a situation. So meet resistance with fresh eyes. It's an invitation. The other piece around this is we get to be invited to align to the frequencies of the intention. So intentions aren't goals. An intention is much different than a goal in a way, because I classify the goals as like the doing things, the checking the ticking the boxes. And those things are all fine and dandy, and I'll get to them, and I have a lot. But the intention is usually an idea of frequency that I want to infuse what I'm moving forward with. The intention. I want to know myself on deeper levels. I want to be able to, I am trusting more deeply in my inner authority. You know, those are intentions versus I need to make like this amount of money. I'm going to learn how to play the piano. I'm going to do, like, those are all beautiful things, but those are more goals. The intention is what is going to infuse all the doing with. So it's all an invitation to align to the frequency of the intention that you set. Because when we stop focusing on the doing, we still get to do it, but we don't focus on it as the be all end all. And we become a little bit less attached to the outcome. They're just things that we get to play with. We get to try on. We get to use our life force energy to create in the doing. But when you're focusing on the intention and the frequencies of the intention, you get to go about your doing in an entirely different way, because the doing isn't as relevant. It's just a byproduct of what it is that you are infusing your experience with. So it's always an opportunity to align to the frequencies of the intention. Am I honoring the intention that I set out with? How am I showing up in this situation? And do I need to just kind of tap back in and pull myself into the alignment of these frequencies and then move forward? So it's a really beautiful anchoring piece in your season, your year, your life, whatever it is. It anchors you, and it's infused with energy that you get to connect to over and over and over again. Okay? So it's an invitation to align to the frequencies of the intention. And when things throw you off, you get to choose to come back and realign. It's always an invitation to release gripping and control, it's always an invitation to release it and to experience the mystery and magic of this life. When you create aligned intentions, you get to surrender. You've stepped into the river, you've chosen the river, you've chosen the path, and you get to surrender knowing that everything that's going to show up for you is pulling you in this current. And so you get to stop trying to control everything and you lean into a bit of trust. And my God, I know that trust isn't like a switch that you just flick on. Like you can choose to flick it on, but a lot of debris usually comes up against that. I spent all of last year and a bit of the year before, like leaning into trust, working with trust, cultivating more trust. Excuse me, and a lot came up along the way. So when you set the intention, you know that everything's coming up isn't there to work against you. It's helping you move through the things that you need to move through so that the intention can become an embodied, integrated part of you on a cellular level. So understand that you choose to let go. It's a choice to let go, but it's different than not caring. You set the intention, you step into the stream and you let go. But you're still witnessing, you're still caring about the things around you, but you're not gripping because you've already put yourself in that path, in that initiation. And so when this happens, you show up for yourself in an entirely different way because you aren't on the defensive. You aren't always trying to prove yourself. You're not forcing yourself forward. You understand and you begin to embody that everything is being perfectly orchestrated for you. And so you get to experience life and the mystery. Why is this coming up? Why is this block here? What do I need to do right now? Show me. But you get to experience it. You get to be an active, present participant in what is happening without trying to, like, again, bulldoze through and create more chaos for yourself. So I know it's a cliche to say that, everything's always working out for you, but a lot of these cliches are deeply rooted in deep spiritual experiences that people have had. And first we hear the cliche and we like to repeat it and say it to ourselves. And it's almost like it can be positive affirmation or like mantra, but as we meet different layers of ourselves, we get to meet different layers of that cliche and we understand it on different levels. We open ourselves up to experiencing it in a completely different way. And you're like, God, now I actually understand what that means. It's not just something people say that sounds nice, and then the next X amount of time later, you meet it on a different way and you're like, ooh, I get it even more. And so everything's being perfectly orchestrated. I can let go of control. It doesn't mean I don't have determination. It doesn't mean I don't have commitment. It doesn't mean I don't move forward. It just means that I stop freaking forcing and holding on so tightly, because as we grip, as we control, we densify and we can even shrink a little bit. And it's not allowing life to actually move through you so that you can connect to and experience the richness of that experience. So your soul incarnated in this body, in this lifetime, to experience what it is to be human and to have this crazy wild ride. And when you grip, when you try to control the impossible, you stop yourself from having the experience of what it truly is to feel and allow the frequencies, the energy of the situation to run through you. We are so afraid to feel anything bad that we like resist it. We quickly try to like move out of the way. We avoid, we shut down, we close ourselves off to. And when you start to understand that it's all energy, it's all frequency, it's all experience, that is truly all welcome, you allow yourself to let go of control. That doesn't mean like that you're not going to experience hard shit, because quite frankly, life is filled with a lot of hard moments, filled with grief. But in those moments and separate from those moments, there is so much beauty. And so again, it's all an invitation to release grip, release control, and experience the mystery and the magic that this life holds for you. So everything in this lifetime is an invitation, and an invitation to respond to something in front of you in a particular way. And when you set the intention, it will guide you in that moment. The response will move you towards the intention when you hold it in your consciousness, in your awareness, knowing that it's all working out for you, and you're intentional with it. It's all an invitation to be pulled towards the intention that you set for yourself. And this is why intention is so important. Everybody gets really excited about it in January of the calendar year, but it can be pulled in anytime. I work with changing intentions all the time as something's embodied or landed, or there's my kind of theme until it feels complete or integrated. And then there can be sub intentions of like I said, a holiday, an experience, a conversation, a masterclass, a program, a medicine journey, whatever it is. If you think about your intention is slipping you into the stream, you often come up against dams. You come up against the proverbial dam, and you have a choice. I can slow down. I can try to see what this is all about. I can see and work with what needs to happen to liberate myself and move through this blockage. Or I can choose to stay where I am. It's all an invitation to respond. But know that when you come up against blocks, on the other side of that, it's still the intention that you carry. It might just look a little different, the experience that you get to take you there. But it's so beautiful to be present to what you're coming up against. So do you want to liberate yourself or stay where you are? It's an invitation. When we stay present and aware to what's bubbling up for us, we get to meet it, and we get to call in the support that we need. We get to do the work that we need to do to clear it or heal it. And when we're smooth sailing, you're smooth sailing. You don't need to be looking for the trauma, the healing. Sometimes it just gets to be easy. Life often gets to be easy. And even through the meeting the dam, the shadow, the grief, the hardship, whatever it is, it can still be easeful, even though it might be quite a difficult experience, because you're already in the slipstream of what you're doing. The intention is carrying you. So, as you can see, intention is very different than your goals. And I think that it's beautiful to have goals. I have my own sort of way of working with those that I support clients in as well. But it's all an invitation. Everything is showing up for you to bring you closer to that intention that you carry. And when you can trust this, it really gets to be a lot easier. It really does. The intention's the umbrella. The mantra is like the reminder. And the sankalpa, if you work with yoga nidra, like the sankalpa that you're implanting is almost like the fertilizer that gets to nourish the intention within the subconscious mind. So they all work together in a really beautiful way, but they're different things. And so what I wanted to share with you today is truly, I've said it probably 10,000 times, but is that it's all an invitation. And I want to share that mantra with you and the experience that I've had with it for you to try on for size for yourself, to see how that feels and to see what shifts for you. Because when you do that, when you lean into trust, when you lean into your inner authority, your inner knowing that you are on your own unique path and everything's an opportunity for you to sink deeper into your own alignment. Whatever you desire, your goals will either happen or they won't. And if they don't happen, something better is coming for you. And you understand that because you're just so rooted in your intention and you're the river that you've chosen to step into. So I promise you that this is true for me. Through the clients I've seen, it's true for them. Through many experiences of setting intention, I'm always blown away at how powerful it actually is and what transpires from that. You can't see how it's going to unfold for you, and that's the beauty and the magic and the mystery of life. And when you stop trying to control it, you get to enjoy it or experience it, right? So it's all an invitation to meet your truth in the moment, to meet resistance with fresh eyes and a new perspective, to align with the frequencies of the intention, and to release grip and control and to really just experience life as it's happening to you, trusting that whatever's unfolding is serving you in some way, even if it feels painful. That's everything I wanted to share. It would be a deep honor to share intention with you and to help you cultivate your intentions and to meet whatever resistance is coming up around them, to clear blockages. I love doing this with people. So if that's something that you feel called to, then please do reach out. And if this is where our time together ends, then I just really thank you for being here. And it's such an honor to share this with you.